Hey, happy day 807 of What She Up To Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting my journey from the offline brick and mortar world and the corporate world of businesses, lots of businesses, to the online world. And I will admit right here, right now, that I am super duper grateful that I started this transition a couple of years ago instead of being shut down like everybody else and forced to make some massive changes and massive moves. In an emergency situation. Now, I had my own personal emergency situations, which caused me to make the changes in the first place, and I think that they help prepare me for the situation that we're in right now. And actually, all of us are more prepared than we give ourselves credit for handling the situation with the COVID-19 and how we're dealing with what's going on. Okay, nothing like this has ever happened in any of our lives on a global scale, but what's happening in our lives is global to us, right? It's our world, and our world has been impacted in a lot of ways in the past, and now it's just everybody's being impacted simultaneously. So let's talk about making ends meet. I titled this one Making Ends Meet because that was the idiom for Supersize Your Business today. And I didn't even think about it until I just about turned on the camera that making ends meet is about connections. It's about not only financial connections and making ends meet financially, but it's about connecting people and connecting problems with solutions and overcoming challenges. It's like connecting energy when you plug something in. So the whole connections thing, I got it, but I didn't think about communication and connections and connecting people and resources. I didn't think about that until right before I turned this on. So it's a whole nother train of thought that can go along with making ends meet. And the whole making ends meet, it's an expression from the 1600s. It comes from the financial industry where they would add up columns and they should meet or be the same or be equal. And I don't think making ends meet is about equality so much as it is about having enough resources to meet our needs. And that's kind of what it means today. It's like I'm making ends meet. I'm just getting by. I've got just enough money, just enough resources to create the life I want and to not starve, but I'm not doing anything awesome or great or out of the ordinary. I'm just getting by. It's kind of like being normal, right? It's like being normal or average. Just getting by. I'm doing what's expected of me, and I'm getting by. Yeah, I guess just getting by and making ends meet feel the same to me or feel very similar to me. So how do we make ends meet in challenging times, right? That was the topic of conversation today. We number one, know that we can. We know that we'll figure it out. Number two, we keep moving, we keep progressing, we keep moving forward, and we get really, really creative and really, really resourceful. We have to think in ways and act in ways that we've never acted in before in order to find new solutions to the new challenges that we're facing, right? So whenever there's changes or challenges, you got to find ways to figure them out, right? And everything on this planet, we are capable of finding the answer to. We are capable of figuring it out. So often we say, I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm interested in. I don't know what I want to do with my life. But the truth is, if we step back, we always really know. We always really know the answer to almost any question that we can pose to ourselves, right? Or we know how to get resourceful and get creative and find the answer, right? I don't think there are very many problems nowadays that there isn't at least some information that can move us in the direction of a solution to that problem. And as long as we are solution focused, not problem focused, we'll actually be able to see the solutions when they're right in front of our face. We'll be able to see the opportunities that have been there all along, but we've had blinders on given, what's going on in our life or what experiences we're having, or, a lot of times we have blinders on because there's an area of our life that's negatively impacting us and not allowing us to even see opportunities in business or opportunities in different areas of our life. So I was talking about making ends meet today, which is really a fun expression. Reminds me of my manufacturing days where we would splice things together. I started out my career after college making toilet paper. And when you're making toilet paper, you're making, I don't know if you've ever seen a toilet paper factory, but they're giant, like truck size rolls that go on these machines. So you can't shut the machine down every time you need to transition from roll to roll. You don't stop the entire line because one part of the process has a break in it. And so we would splice rolls together and then go from one roll to the next, and that would keep the line running. Found the same thing in the printing industry, same thing in the newspaper industry, because it seemed like every industry I worked in for beginning of my career had something to do with paper and paper products, and so that was always interesting. But I loved the whole splicing process because it showed us that you can keep things going, you can keep progressing, even if there's a break in one part of the process or one area of your life, you can still keep going in the other areas of your life. And I like to think that as long as I'm making progress in any area of my life, I'm moving forward toward what I want, and that allows me to have the ability to feel like I'm making progress. If we define our lives that we have to be making progress in all areas of our life or we're not successful, we're in big trouble, right? Because very seldom, if ever, is anyone, any human being living or past, balanced and progressing in all the main 7 areas of your life simultaneously. I cannot think of a single human being who's pulling that off, right? And maybe just because I don't know, and if you do know, share in the comments below, because I would love to know, because I want to start modeling that person. But all 7 areas, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, and contribution. There's very few people that are progressing in all 7 of those areas of their life simultaneously. Now that's the goal, right? That's the end goal. Is we want to always feel like we're making a little bit of progress toward all of those. But it's a really tall order. So did that. Just finished Get Up and Go, day 14. Day 14 today, 2-week mark. Not quite to the middle, since it's the 30-day month. I think of tomorrow as the middle of the challenge. But it's going really well. It's just a way for us to be progressing together, to guarantee that each and every one of us that are in the challenge will be better off on April 30th than we were on April 1st going into this situation. The situation of, it's a lot of unknowns, a lot of turmoil, a lot of stuff is up in the air. We're not sure how it's going to shake out. But one thing that is for sure is we know we can consciously impact how it shakes out for us. We can't impact how it's going to shake out for everybody else, and we can't guarantee that, but we can guarantee how we're going to deal with it and how we're going to roll through and get prepared, so on April 30th we're a lot more prepared for whatever happens than we were on April 1st. Happy every day today was day 98. Not happy every day. Oh my gosh, I'm living in the past. And my alarm's going off. Living in the past. No, fun day today was day 98. Fun challenge was all about hair, which is fantastically entertaining because most of us are struggling with our hair at this point. Super grateful that I haven't bothered coloring my hair, because otherwise I'd be freaking out right now like everybody else. But I am getting the in the face nonsense and the bangs and everything too long. I actually thought about having my daughter cut my bangs. She was home from Colorado this weekend, and we didn't get around to it because she was busy finding a new truck. Her husband's truck died in the midst of all this, and they are living in a camper because he's a lineman, a journeyman lineman, training to be a journeyman lineman. So he's still working, but they're living in a camper, and the truck died, so they couldn't even level or move the camper. So they had to come home this weekend and actually buy a truck so that they can, keep moving forward, keep progressing in their life. So that's it. That's all I've got today. I'm working on Get Up and Go challenge. I'm participating in the Rise Up challenge with Pete Vargas and the gang over there. There's 3 or 4 different trainings and challenges and things that I'm working on this week. Plus, I'm hanging out with an amazing 4-year-old granddaughter, and I'm just having fun. I'm just moving forward with this and doing the best I can. We always have to just do the best we can with what we've got right now, right? And if we do that, if we say, hey, I am doing the best I can with what I've got right now, I'm going to get resourceful, I'm going to figure this out, we will be fine. And that's so far serving me well, and I encourage you to adopt that philosophy as well. If I can help you in any way, shape, or form, just ask in the comments below. I appreciate everybody who's asked. It's hard. At least it's hard for me to ask for help, so I know how hard it is to just ask. But it's easy because I know how hard it is to ask for help, and so I am grateful and appreciate anybody that asks for any help in any way, shape, or form, because that's what I want to do. I want to be able to provide value and give service in any way that I can. And I don't know how that is for you if you don't ask. So have an absolutely amazing day, and I'll, of course, see you tomorrow. Bye.